My Knicks family, what's poppin' with you, ladies and gentlemen? I appreciate you guys for being here with me. And we got a chat full. You know what I'm saying? We got a chat full. We about to go ahead and get this thing going, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys for being here with me. Listen, I expected to have the other video up, but things got jumbled. I wasn't able to get it up. If I'm able to get it up at any time during the stream, I'll let you guys know. All right? I might be able to get it up. But without further ado, man, let me get these guys over here in the chat. We're talking about Knicks prospects tonight. We're looking at guys that's somewhere, closer to the middle of the draft, down to the bottom of the draft. And we're going to talk about these guys and, have a good conversation. So let me get these guys over here. I've been talking with these guys for the last hour and a half as we was chopping it up on the front stoop. Some of you guys probably joined us on the front stoop. You know what I mean? If not, next time, join us on the front stoop. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and get these guys over here. We got Guillermo. We got Big Freezy. We got Nick. We got Isaiah. We got Nate the Great. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and get this thing moving.
Yo, Sim is a troll.
Guillermo, what's popping with you, bro?
Yo, Sim is a troll, man.
Just cut Isaiah off. He always got something to say. Isaiah, what's popping, man? See, like I said, the short bus, man. The short bus stops at a million different schools for this dude. Isaiah, Guillermo, what's up, man?
Yo, it's good, Sim. Chilling, man. I'm trying to watch some more film on his boy Tyrese Maxey and the other boy in Goku, the center. Yeah, let's get to it, man. I still got to watch film, so don't. If anybody, I'm not ultra definitive. Just
I mean, listen. Talking about these guys, nobody knows too much about them anyway, especially without us being able to. We're not going to be able to see him in any kind of draft combine or anything like that. So,
the tournament would have been great to kind of weed out some of these guys. I don't say weed out, but get a better look just because it's so weak. You want to see these guys in some more pressurized situations. You see the Obi Toppin, some of these guys from smaller schools to see how they fare in against higher competition. But Tyrese Maxey's from Kentucky. And again, I got to find what videos from where the guy was breaking it down where it seemed to be Tyrese Maxey did better against higher competition and worse against, average to lower competition. So remains to be seen. But overall, from what I've seen so far, I don't think I'm overly impressed by this guy. But, we'll get to it.
Yeah. And that the one thing about the tournament, man, is you get to see what guys are really able to step up, right? You get to see what guys can step up and play when the pressure is on. Now, not to say that they're not playing high-level games during the season, because they are playing high-level games, but when you get into that NCAA tournament, man, the pressure is on. One game, you're out of there. You lose one game, you're done. The pressure is on, and a lot of times, those players, those big-time players that are going to be big-time, they step up. A lot of times, you got guys that were lower in the draft, they step up and they raise their draft stock. You know what I'm saying? We're going to miss that this year. And then the combine. Players raise their draft stock during the combine.
We got to be careful with that, because who raised their stock during the combine? Kevin Knox. Remember when he was like, I forgot what the two players it was, but he was like, I want to go against these guys one-on-one. And I guess that caught the eyes of Steve Mills and Perry. So,
well, he raised his stock. He raised his stock when the Knicks did the one-on-one workout with him. And
right. I thought that was at the combine.
Nah, that was a one-on-one workout at the Garden. Well, not a one-on-one workout. It was a workout at the Garden.
I thought they took him aside during the combine. And okay, I apologize then. So I take that back. My bad.
Yeah, and but still, but it does happen. Players score high on certain things at the combine. You know what I'm saying, and it raises their draft stock. And
I love the NFL combine. So one of the players that my crappy team, the Jets, took was Vernon Golson back in 2008, and he was a straight bust. Did not record one sack as a pass rusher. What scouts say is always trust the film. The film does not lie to you. Now, obviously, the combine it woos and wows you at times, but especially for the NBA, like remember when Kevin Durant could only do like one 200 what was it
I remember
press
that.
or whatever. 200, was it 200 pounds, whatever? And it's like, but you look, and the thing about NBA is different, right? Because you don't need that ultra strength as much, right? The whole knock on Kevin Durant, oh, he's too weak and blah, blah, and he only became one of the best scorers in the game. You know what I mean? When healthy. So to me, it's just, somebody's got, and now the NBA combine is getting a little bit more importance. Guys in the past, in recent past, they've been kind of gearing up for certain workouts. And it's just like, you don't want to be fooled by that. Show me, what did your film show me? You know what I mean? I think maybe the combine is better for guys who may have been injured to see, all right, is this guy healthy? Can he run, before we draft and stuff like that? But I mean, I agree with you. Yes, the combine is important, but to me, you give me film, that tells me everything I need to know about you, man.
Well, yeah,
the combine is preserved.
But the combine, people raise their stock. Some people lower their stock. Some people don't even go. And then the individual workouts, you know what I'm saying? Those individual workouts, it's just not going to happen. I am interested to see how many college players, if any, and you can't see much this way, but how many of them will do some workouts on video and then send it in. Who was the guy a couple years ago? I can't think of. Sacramento drafted him. Tall, light-skinned center.
Was it the dude from was it Kentucky? The one with the hair?
Yeah.
What the hell is this guy's name? I'm looking at his dumb face too.
I can't think of his name, but he did one of them, right? Well, he did. He just did a workout, put it on video, and then put it out for everyone. Of course, he still did personal workouts and stuff like that. Right. We'll see how it's gonna go, man.
Say it again, Sim.
No, I'm just saying we'll see how it's gonna go. How it's gonna go with being able to scout these players out and understand what they can and can't do.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's gonna become a lot more important. But again, give me your film. And unfortunately, these guys only have like a year in the college ranks, so it's like, what I mean? You're watching them, it's like, all right, what the hell can I discern from
exactly
part of a year? You know what I mean? A guy like Obi Toppin, I think it'll be interesting to see Obi Toppin because he had 3 years in college, and you have to see why he wasn't good or why he didn't reach his potential those first 2 years. So it'd be interesting to look at his film from the all 3 years as a scout. But for most of these guys that come in 1 year, you have to, and you can't look at high school film because high school film, I mean, it's tainted with the fact that these guys, look, they're the number 1, 2, and 3 option on the team. They were allowed to do basically anything they wanted to do. They're playing against low competition guys who were just not going to sniff the NBA whatsoever or any high level competition. You know what I mean? In high school, so you don't want that to distort you too much. So it's a really weird draft. I think you see a lot of people trying to trade back or out of this draft, or at least out of the first round and into next year's draft. But yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Obi Toppin, by the way, his freshman year, he was actually he actually didn't play his freshman year. He was a redshirt.
Oh, okay.
So he only played he played a redshirt freshman year and then a redshirt sophomore year. That's why he's 22 years old now. Let me get around these guys.
Obi Toppin is 30 years old. Come on, guys. He's not.
Close enough, I guess. Let me get around to some of these guys, man. Isaiah, just give me a quick what's up, man.
I was gonna jump what Grandma was saying about the workouts and stuff. Because I think you're talking about the guy Justin Jackson. I think that's the guy you were talking about.
No, I'm not talking about Justin Jackson. It's another dude. I can't think of his name. He was a big center. He got traded, or I think he was in Golden State. Was it last year? I don't know. I'll figure it out behind.
But when it comes to this Sim, I think it does suck. Unfortunately, we don't have the tournament and the workouts right now to look at these guys, because I think a lot of people don't know about the mid first round guys or the late first round guys, because of we know about the top 10 guys and top 12 guys, but other than that, we don't really know anybody because, that's what the tournament does for us. And we can see these players and see them in the situations and see them either rise to the occasion or fall to the occasion, plus with the workouts too. So now it's more about like what we got the film of the games. And then we also got like, little things here and there about what the players. So, I also said, to be real with you, man, this might be beneficial for the Knicks in the sense of that some guys might fall, because people don't really have that much tape on them. So we might get a high quality guy at 27 if the Knicks decide to keep that pick or something, just based on people don't having the tape and everything.
Right. And this is right. I agree with you. And think about how many guys there would have been one or two guys that are projected right now to be 20th pick, 19, 18, 27th pick that might have jumped up into the top 10, and someone in the top 10 that might have fell out due to the tournament. You know what I mean? So and they might have jumped up there with good reason. So we'll see. We'll see.
Again, Sam, I think this is more beneficial for the Knicks versus it not being beneficial, just because, like I said, there's gonna be players. The draft is not perfect. We all know that. There's players that fall. There's players that rise. So I think the Knicks have a real good chance to get a good, high-quality player at 27 based on that. There's no tournament. There's no, workouts. So, hey, man, let's use it as our advantage,
Yeah, definitely. Let me get around, come around here and see what these guys. We got a full chat tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm definitely going to try to get this stream up for you. For you guys. Nate, what's going on, man?
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
I'm good, bro.
Good deal. Yeah, these are interesting prospects that we're going to talk about. I think Maxey came along around the end of the season for Kentucky. RJ Hampton's an interesting prospect because I actually think that if we don't go a point guard route, and let's say we go best player available, I think that RJ could be a possibility at 27, or if we move up from 27, if he falls. Because again, there's not a lot of teams that are looking for a starting point guard. So I actually think that he would be a steal if we could get him at 27 and kind of groom him, because he's got some game. I mean, he played overseas, and I'm anxious to see a little bit more about him. I haven't read too much about him, but he's definitely interesting in my book. Good size. He needs some polish to his game, but he could be somebody we could take at 27, or if we want to trade up, if he falls, maybe want to get up a little higher to get him. I would definitely entertain that. And go get the best player available at whatever spot we draft at, and then if he falls around 27, or maybe he's like a 20 or something like that, and the Knicks decide to make a deal, maybe trade Knox or something like that to get up to 20. Hey, man, I'd be willing to consider that idea, but I kind of want to chat more about it.
Okay, well, let's do this. I'm gonna get around to everybody's in the chat because we got a full squad up in here, and we're gonna first, since you were just talking about RJ Hampton, let's go ahead and look at RJ Hampton real quick, and then I'll get around to the rest of the guys that's here, all right? RJ Hampton, ladies and gentlemen, he's a point guard, 6'5", 188 pounds. All right, he played for New Zealand Breakers. He's an international pro. He's 19. He was born February 7th, 01. He just turned 19 a couple months ago. Last year, he averaged 8.8 points, 3.9 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 1.1 steals. All right, he averaged 1.5 turnovers per game. He shot 40.7% from the field, 29.5% from three, and 67.9% from the free throw line. Now, look, he's a young kid. I mean, you can see he's small. Right? You can see the picture on the screen. He's small. He's quick and explosive. All right, he has that. And that means a lot coming into the NBA. That's not everything, but it means a lot. It's quick and explosive. He's versatile on the offensive side of the ball. He can play off the ball, and he's a decent playmaker. Right? Now, he has a lot of, he's got to develop in a lot of ways. And he may, who knows where and how, what he'll end up being. He doesn't really have an elite skill. He's kind of an all-around guy. I mean, I was about to say that reminds you of Frank, but at least Frank has an elite skill at defense. Okay, his field goal percentage. Got to look at the field goal percentage, man. He shoots 40.7% from the field, 29.5% from the three-point line. The Knicks really need someone who can knock down that three, unless you're getting an elite, super elite talent. Then on the defensive side of the ball, he needs some work on the defensive side of the ball. At 19 years old, I guess you still have time to teach it. It's not due to lack of ability. It's more due to the lack of defensive fundamentals. If you watch him play, just his footwork on the defensive ball, sliding around screens, and different things like that, he needs some work in that area. Is that something that you want to have to work on with your young player if he's not elite? Listen, if he's elite, I get it. You're like, you know what? This is an elite player. It's something we can work on. If he's not an elite player, that's something that you want to have to work on. Do you want to have to work on that defensive side of things? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's a question. You heard Nate's view on R.J. Hampton. I want to know what your view on R.J. Hampton is. Is he, right now he looks like he could be the 12th pick. Tony Curry, you said he's not too small. He's bigger than Ja Morant. No, well, listen, Ja Morant is super duper small. No doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? It's super duper small. Ja Morant is, but he's got some special skills that's gonna get over it. You know what I mean? It's gonna get over it. Edward Hunter, you said his speed is elite, but is speed a skill? I don't know if speed is an actual skill, right? I said he doesn't have an elite skill, and I know I put an E on the end of skill. I didn't mean to. Does he have an elite skill? That's the question. I think that's two different things. Someone could, that's two different things, having a skill and having just a natural gift. Let me come to my man Rob the Knick, because I ain't seen him in a while. I'll get his take on things. Rob, what's going on, man? What's your take on R.J. Hampton?
I don't like, he don't have, I'm looking at his skill set, and I tell you, I don't want no more projects right now. We have enough projects, If you're not shooting 45% from the field and 38 to 40% from three, I have no use for you with the Knicks. And that just goes for anybody. Okay. We have enough projects right now. We need skilled players with specific roles. So him, I'm not even looking at him. He doesn't shoot well enough. He's 67% from the free throw line. That's another problem. You got to be fundamentally sound in this draft, whatever we're going to pick, whoever we're going to get. We have to be able to put you into, I feel as though, into the starting lineup. And that's from our first pick. The second pick has to be a role player. That second pick has to be a role player because there's not enough talent on the team to be looking at projects right now. I'm not with that right now, Sims, not at all. They need to find a gym. If you're going to get, you got to have somebody that's going into the starting lineup. And Hampton is not going into the starting lineup. He's not ready. We need a ready-made player that's ready to play. So, okay. We can skip over him, use even if we have to use that 27 pick in a trade or whatever. We need too many things to be picking up more projects right now. We got Mitch, we got Knox, we got RJ to a certain extent, and then everybody else that's on the roster. So that's right now we're not looking for. Me personally, I'd be highly disappointed. We have another player fighting for minutes that doesn't serve a purpose for us. That's how I feel about him.
Okay,
he does not serve a purpose.
But what do you expect to get at the 27th pick, though? That because you're probably maybe you get lucky and you find a starter, but you're probably not going to get a starter. So what if let's just say what if? Let me ask you this. Let's say that the Knicks lucked up and got the first pick, and they drafted Anthony Edwards, who was a shooting guard, right? And then RJ Hampton fell to the 27th pick. Now, right now, he's slated to be, somewhere between 10 or 12, something like that. And he fell to the 27th pick. Would you take him?
No. I wouldn't take him. I look for another need that we would have at that position because it would be something, I would have to look for something, maybe something that's like junior, senior oriented that improves something already. It wouldn't be him. It's too much to try to build with other players on there that we're building. It's time to start filling positions. I wouldn't, for that simple fact, we still got Frank. We got a lot of other things that's under him that we're trying to develop and get by. You still got Smith. You still got a lot of things right there that can be him. Before I get him, I'll stick with Trier. If I'm gonna have to fill out a spot, but I would have something on the if Edwards was the first pick, I would look at something as a point guard to try.
Dude, look like he froze up on me. I was about to ask him, does he think that Dennis Smith Jr. is still going to be here? Here he goes. Rob,
yes,
Rob, you there?
Yeah,
you froze.
Hold up. Yeah, I'm here. You hear me?
Yeah, you froze up on me. But go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, whether he's here or not, that still may be a need. Even if he's not here, you still got Peyton. You still got Frank. So if he's not here or not, but the pick for a point guard right then and there, I wouldn't. If it's not a top point guard, I'm not going to waste my time on the rest of them. Where I can try to get like down the line, try to get the guy from Oklahoma. Go get Schrader or somebody. He'll be up in a year or unrestricted this summer or something like that. I have to work that angle. But I'm not going to start putting players on top of players just for a need. And then a B-19. We got enough young guys, Sam. We got to start making moves and putting these guys in the situation to get to know each other. And adding on to that is not doing it. We're going to have to stop this process of just putting talent on talent. Move a player, let them play. Let's see what we got. That's the only way we're going to see what we got. I haven't given up on Knox yet. I felt as though this year he got a raw deal. His freshman year was better. So I see a lot, not to be just like pick on top of pick. Just to see. Then we have to wait another year.
Okay. All right. Now I get it. Understood. I definitely understand where you at. I mean, I'm not sure. I got to see more of him. I haven't seen a whole lot of him. I got to see some more of him, to make a decision. I seen a little bit. I seen a little bit. He's got some speed. He's got some skill. I don't know. Does he develop to be a star guard in the league? I don't know. Let me get around here. I'm going to get to Nick. Nick, okay. I'm coming to you, man. I'm coming to Nick. Nick, you there? My man Nick, are you there?
Yeah.
What's going on, Nick? I don't know if I'm talking to Nick or not. Hey, Nick, can you hear me? I don't think Nick is paying attention to me, ladies and gentlemen, so I'll come back. Let me get to Isaiah then. I think Isaiah is paying attention. Isaiah, you there? No, I don't know. These guys got to pay attention in the chat, man. Well, anyway, then give me a call, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we'll get to Nate, and then Nate, let these guys know to pay attention. Go ahead, Nate.
All right, we'll do. Yeah, no, I disagree with Rob because I think that if you have a chance of getting Anthony Edwards at 1 and RJ falls at 27, a young 19-year-old point guard that you can develop with the right coach, I mean, that would be a steal, bro. I mean, I would be smitten if that happened with the Knicks. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I mean,
So
that would be a dream draft for the Knicks. I mean, you get a young point guard, you get arguably the best player in the draft, and possible superstar. I mean, listen, you could very well, you know, Tony Parker was around that range. Now, I'm not saying it's gonna be Tony Parker or anything, but you know, these late round picks, man, you can strike some gold on these picks, and for the Knicks to have a chance to get him at 27 when he was projected to go in the middle of the first round, I mean, I'd call it a day if the Knicks can get that. I mean, I think the New York fan base would be smitten if we got those 2 picks to rock with New York.
Yeah, I think I tend to agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, Sim, at some point we're gonna have to draft a point guard. I don't think the point guards on our team are even good enough to even be starters on other teams. So if you can get a decent point guard at 27, and develop him, and you get the best player available at your top pick, bro, you've done pretty good for yourself on a team. You know, not every top point guard is going to be gold. You know, they're going to be point guards in the later rounds. Like I said, Tony Parker, Leandro Barbosa. Those are a couple of names that come to mind. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, you know, even Chris Paul. Well, I think Chris Paul went top thing, but still. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you can get other talented point guards later on down the line.
Right.
You don't have to get them at the top picks.
Right.
So if the Knicks have an opportunity, I'd be shocked if we miss on that. I mean, seriously. And I don't think, like I said, I don't think the Knicks should go in with a mindset of drafting a point guard with a top 10 pick. I say go get the best player available, and then at 27, see who falls. And if a point guard's there that you like, that you want to groom, go get him. If he's not there, then go with the best player available and get a couple of good players and rock with them.
All right, man. No, I feel you. I feel what you're saying. Ladies and gentlemen, you can give me a call, 516-405-2246. Let me know your opinion on the whole thing. RJ Hampton, you know what I'm saying? What's your take on RJ Hampton? Let me see if Nick is available. I'm going to come around to Nick. Let's see if Nick is ready for me, man. I know Nick is having some conversations. Nick, you there?
Yeah, I'm about to mute everybody.
Yeah, get them guys out of there. What's your take on RJ Hampton?
I like RJ Hampton. So I said one more person. All right, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, RJ Hampton, I like him. So I don't know if you peeped the video, because there is a game on YouTube. Actually, a lot of the NBL games, if you search NBL and also Inawara Hawks on YouTube. So they have their full games. I'm talking from warm-ups to the end of the game. They have everything on YouTube. And one of the first games I watch is RJ Hampton versus LaMelo Ball. LaMelo and RJ Hampton, to me, he stood out. He looked like Terrence Ferguson, a combination of Terrence Ferguson, which is a good three-point shooting, athletic wing, could play the two guard, could guard probably 3 to 4 spots. Springy, like real high energy guy. I think he will fit in very well with a guy like RJ Barrett. The other thing to his game that kind of that he looks like a version of Zach LaVine with defense. Like a better defensive player than Zach LaVine, and that's not a bad thing to draft if you have the ability to draft them. I don't think if we don't get a number 1, 2, or 3 pick, I wouldn't knock getting RJ Hampton, especially at the 27th spot. But the way he performed in that game against LaMelo Ball, and I'm telling everybody, just go check that game out. Sim, if you want to check it out too, I could get the link for you and post it inside the chat. But
yeah,
it's
I
a
did see
good
that
game to watch.
I did see that
You saw
game.
it?
Yeah.
What was your take on it though? Because I would like to hear other people talk about that game.
Yeah, I just want to see more of him. To know, listen, he's got speed. Obviously, with LaMelo Ball, he was ready to step up to the challenge, right? That's going to happen.
Yeah.
But can you be consistent and do it when you don't have a challenge to step up to?
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. That's kind of like why I said Zach LaVine, because Zach LaVine, to me, I don't know. Did you pay attention to Zach LaVine this year?
No, I didn't that much.
Okay, so Zach LaVine, I went to the Charlotte game where Zach LaVine dropped like 52 points, hit a game-winning shot in overtime, I think. Incredible game. If you saw that game, dude, the way Zach LaVine effortlessly put up shots that night, you would have never thought that he shot the ball as many times as he did. And then you would have never thought he scored as much as he did. It was just so effortless. And I felt like one thing about RJ Hampton is he looks like he could effortlessly score the ball.
Right.
And then added to that, he could also defend. And something like that effortless guy, that Paul George effortless, oh man, he got 40 points or 20 points, whatever the case may be. Like, we just need guys to be able to shoot and defend. And it just check in two boxes at once. I like that. I don't feel like there's a motor issue. I actually, leaving that game, felt like LaMelo Ball had more of a motor issue, because that was a big game for him. And I don't feel like he stepped up as well as I thought he would have. But, all in all, I still like him. And we can talk about other guys too. They're like,
yeah. We're gonna get to some other guys here. We're gonna get to some other guys here. Stay on. I'm as a matter of fact, I'm gonna move over and talk about another guy, and then I'll come right back to you. I do want to announce to everybody, at least to all of my members. All right, if you are a member, ladies and gentlemen, I just put the link in the YouTube chat. If you're a member, you can hear what they're talking about behind the scenes. Just click on that chat. Just click on that link in the YouTube chat, and you can see everything that's going on behind the scenes and listen to these guys talk behind the scenes. Right now, Guillermo's having a conversation. He's chopping it up and talking it up behind the scenes. So you can hear what these guys are talking about behind the scenes if you are a member. Only members could do that, though. All right, so if you wanted to become a member so you can see what's going on behind the scenes, then you can hit the join button right below this video. All right, so I'm putting the link in the YouTube chat again, and it's also in the description of this video. So go ahead and join it, ladies and gentlemen, and see what's popping over there. All right, in the meantime, let's take a look at another young player in this draft, Tyrese Maxey. Now, Tyrese Maxey is a shooting guard. He's listed as a shooting guard, but he's kind of a combo guard. He's 6'3", 198 pounds. Okay, that's good size. Plays for Kentucky. He's a freshman, or he played for Kentucky. 19 years old. All right. He'll turn 20 in November. He averaged 14 points a game this year, 4.3 rebounds, 3.2 assists, 0.9 steals per game, so just under 1 steal per game. Averaged 2.2 turnovers per game. He shot 42.7% from the field and 29.2% from three. He shot 83.3% from the free throw line. Okay, now, let's talk about him a little bit. Right?
Okay.
He has the ability to play. He's a combo guard, right? He could play some point guard. He could play some shooting guard. All right. He's mainly going to be a shooting guard. You can use him at point guard. Let me put it like that. He's mainly a small shooting guard, but you can use him at point guard if you have to. He can play some pick and roll. All right. He can be the ball handler in a pick and roll situation. He's an instinctive scorer, right? The guy can score. Right? He can do some things to score the ball. He's got a good change of pace and change of speed. He's got a good floater. So he has ways to finish. You'd like to see him finish better. You know, he shot 42.7% from the field. Maybe it's because his 3-point shot wasn't that good. You know, but he is a guy that can finish. He can score through contact. He's a strong, physical type of defender. He has good speed, but not elite. He just has good change of pace, right? Change of speed and change of pace, but he doesn't have the elite, you know, I'm going to just, you know, like burn you in the dust. But when you got good change of speed, change of pace, you can make up for that. His shot and decision making, you can call it into question. Then obviously his field goal percentage. To me, he's probably going to end up being, you know, an off the bench scorer. You know what I mean? That's what I see from him. What do you? What's your take on it?
So I hate comps. But the comp that I came up with for him was immediately Alonzo Trier.
Yeah.
So for me,
right.
He reminds me so much of him, but he plays better defense than Alonzo Trier. So the $1 million question to me is, okay, where, if you have the ability to pick him, where would you pick him? 6 or 27, right? If you were at 27, take him. It'll probably be a cheaper contract than Alonzo Trier. Because right now Alonzo Trier is making what, $4 million, I think, 4.5, somewhere around there.
Yeah, or maybe it's 3.9. So it's somewhere around there.
And right now, I think you could probably get, if you pick him at 27 or even the second round, I doubt he'll be second round. But if you pick him at 27, then from a money standpoint, take him, because he's going to be cheaper and also with you longer for 4 years at a 4-year, $3 million, maybe $4 or $5 million contract than Alonzo Trier. And the question is Alonzo Trier going to be get a pay raise when he leaves? He had a bad year this year because he didn't play much, but when he did play, he produced. So Alonzo Trier has the opportunity to make 5, maybe 10 million to 10 million, somewhere around there, and that would be great for him. And we could also just let Alonzo Trier go. He's a better defensive version of Alonzo Trier, like I said, and kid's got heart. I don't know if you saw the Draft Express breakdown where he sat down with Mike Smits and they talked basketball and looked over his tape, kind of like Gruden camp. That was pretty interesting because he was the first one to point out a lot of his flaws. Like, one thing I'll always like in some players is, do you know your own flaws? RJ Barrett is one of them. When you could point out your own flaws and just adjust, and he did get better coming down to the end of the year. So it really is impressive with what the kid did and also the way he views himself. He has good parents. He has a nice background. He's very settled. He seems mature when he speaks, and also he has a love for the game. So there's a lot to like in the kid.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, if you definitely don't think you're not taking him at the 6th pick. I don't think he falls to the 27th pick. So you're talking about him somehow, some way the Knicks moved up into that middle rounds. You're talking about taking him.
Trade back.
And what'd you say?
Or trade back, right?
Or trade back or something like that. Is he better than Alonzo Trier? Not, because if you're taking him in the middle rounds, he's making about the same amount of money.
Exactly. Well, I don't believe per se he's better than Alonzo Trier. I believe that they're about the same lines. The thing that makes it a difference is, at least at the college level, he has been a better defensive player than Alonzo Trier. So Alonzo Trier, I don't know if you know his scouting report, like Alonzo Trier's scouting report, one thing that really knocked him, think about it this way. He had DeAndre Ayton on his team, right? He had Lauri Markkanen on his team. Why did Alonzo Trier not get drafted if he is that good? Well, scouts believe that he took away from DeAndre Ayton's game and also from Lauri Markkanen's game because he was a little bit more selfish. That so far has not taken away. It has not been a mark on Maxey. he doesn't take away from his big man, because remember, we have Mitch. Mitch is one of our best players. You never want a player to take away from your best player. So you don't want selfish guards. Maxey is not selfish. So by those two things, I would say yes, he's better than Alonzo Trier. He's younger, and he has, you know, I mean, the defense is a big thing.
Yeah. But let me get to Andrew. I tried to get, you know, been getting a hold of him, see if he's ready. But now I agree with what you're saying about Tyrese Maxey. It's just, you know, I guess you just got to figure, you know, is he better than Trier? If you were in that range, those are the two players you got to decide about. Andrew, what's your take on him?
Well, I actually looked at his highlights, and he seemed like a good player for us to take. But I mean, I'm not too sold on taking him, because I feel like there's other, you know, we have guys that we, you know, I know Nick was talking about Trier, and I like Trier. You understand what I'm saying? I actually like him. You know what I mean? Now look at this guy. We take him. You know, it's other guys that is available that we even could take. You know, I was looking at the other guy that you had mentioned.
Hampton.
I forget his. I can't pronounce his name. The African dude. I can't pronounce his name. Sorry about that. But I was even looking at him, and I would take him over Maxey, due to the simple fact that when I watch his highlights, you can pick and pop with him. You can pick and roll with him. You can give him the ball in the post. He doesn't necessarily need the ball, per se. You understand what I'm saying? He doesn't necessarily need the ball to be effective. He could play without the ball. I'm not sold on, you know, Tyrese or even RJ Hampton. Only way I would look at getting RJ Hampton is if he fall all the way down to the 27th pick that we have. Or even the same thing with Tyrese Maxey. If they was a fall there, then I'll say, okay, pick them. But other than that, I'm not too sold on those two, per se. Out of the three guys that you're mentioning, I would pick the can't pronounce the guy's name, but I would take him, because I'm not too sold on Tyrese Maxey. I feel like, you know, I like Trier and all, but I feel like, you know, he didn't really get because I know some people talk about, you know, I remember Knox was talking about his family, like he didn't get a fair shot playing, but to me it was Trier. Trier didn't really get his shot to really play this year. I would have played Trier because he's instant baskets. You know what I'm saying? Some guys, you are what your skill set are. You know, you are what your skill set is. You know what I'm saying? If your skill set is, you know, you're a scorer, that's what you are. You know what I'm saying? And there was a point in the season when he and RJ started in the backcourt. That's something I would like to see again moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Or can you move RJ to the 3 with him at the 2, Frank at the 1? The reason why I look at that, because Frank don't need the ball to be effective. He can facilitate to them dudes and let them rock, like let them two go off. And if if RJ improves his jump shot, that's what I would like to see moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like if his 3-point shot starts falling sim or his jump shot, then he easily can become an all-star caliber player, especially if he knocked down his free throws. So we have that, and we know what Trier can do, because it's not a surprise for Trier. You know he can score. So I would like to see that. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, not true. You know, I mean, the only thing you would say about, you know, between the two is that Trier is what, 23 years old. What's it called? Is 19, just coming out of college. You know, I think that would be the only thing. They're basically the same player. I see Tyrese Maxey, someone the Bucket Gaming vlogs said Maxey is like Malik Monk. Yeah, you know, he's one of those guys. Malik Monk, Alonzo Trier, one of them type of guys. So, you know, I'm not like sold on him. Like, yeah, this is a guy that you really got to get. If he was there at the 27th pick, then, you know, maybe you do, but he's not going to be there at the 27th pick.
But my other thing, Sim, I don't want us to keep getting guys that, like, yeah, okay, we draft him, and then we have to wait 2 years for him. You know, we have to wait for that. I want something like, we just need to plug something in, and it fits what we already have doing, not a project. That's why I'm not sold on him and RJ Hampton. Now, the other guy, I look at him, and out of these three, that's a guy I would pick, because it seems like you go just plug him in right away and he could play, because he's not ball dominant. We need somebody like this on the team, somebody who can set a screen and run to a position. You give him the ball and he just goes up and shoot it, or he makes a quick decision. If you don't have anything, he passes the ball back out.
Who you talking about? You talking about who?
I think his name is like Onyeka
Oh,
Okongwu, I don't know how to
Onyeka,
pronounce his name.
Onyeka or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like him out of the three guys. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, if we could get a player, basically a player similar to that, not necessarily him, but that's what we need. We need a guy like that because I think that's what took away from the young guys' development this year. We had Randall, and he's ball dominant. You understand what I'm saying? He's so ball dominant. His usage rate was so high, and he doesn't know how to share and pass the ball. When I looked at this guy, when he sets the screen and he rolls, if he don't have anything, he doles the ball out. He doesn't force anything. If you pick and pop with him, and he goes straight up, he makes his decision quick, and once again, if he pops and he gets doubled, he throws the ball out to the perimeter. So I looked at that and I said, we need a guy like that, basically, that understands how to play the game the right way, instead of just holding the ball, turning it over. It's just ridiculous. That's what I think messed up these young guys today, and it also messes up the spacing. It messes up the space when a guy just in the lane, clogging the lane, and then guys don't have driving lanes and stuff like that. So I think we need a big like that.
Okay. All right.
A power forward like that.
Yeah. I feel you. We're going to talk about him in a minute. But let me get to this caller. Caller, you're on live, man. What's popping? All right. Appreciate it, Andrew. Caller, you on live. What's popping?
Yeah, what's up, Sam?
I'm good, brother. How you feeling?
I'm all right.
So what's your take, man, on either one of the two? So far, we've spoken about RJ Hampton and we've spoken about Tyrese Maxey. What's your take on either one of them guys?
I think RJ, if we were to go, if we didn't get a top 5 pick and we ended up with like Toppin or somebody like a big, I would take RJ with that 27th. But that's only if Kira Lewis is off the board. Now, I don't know if I missed the show where you were talking about Kira Lewis, but if to go this far without talking about him, I don't know. I just think he's better than all three of these guys you're talking about now.
Well, I mean, we talked about him a little bit earlier in another stream. We didn't break him down, but we talked about him. I mean, listen, we'll get to the guys when we get to them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We're moving on down. We'll get to the guys.
No problem. But,
we'll get to the guys because you see, here's the thing. You got to cover almost everybody with this right now with the Knicks because the roster is all over the board. You don't know what's going to happen in the draft. They could move up. They could do anything in the draft. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know what's going to happen. You just got to listen. If they drafted LaMelo Ball, they're not going to get Kira Lewis. They're not going to get RJ Hampton or whoever else, right? Then they're going to be looking at someone else. So it's all over the place. It's all over the place with the Knicks.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately.
So like they've really got to look at everybody. They got to look at everybody, and really make a decision. They got to look at everybody in the draft. They got to look at everybody that's on their roster. This is a hefty job for this front office. It really is, because they've got to look at everybody and say, how do we put together, and you don't even have to put together a team that's winning next year, but how do you put together a team that doesn't have all these gluts all over the place and duplicated players and that actually fits together? Because, they got a lot to figure out. They're basically taking all these puzzle pieces and putting them on the board and saying, what are we going to do? And that includes some of the draft picks. So that's why we're trying to cover as many as we can, man.
No, I hear you. I hear you. But talk about RJ. The only thing that irked me about him was he was on a winning team in Australia and he left. I mean, he got hurt, but it wasn't like an injury he couldn't come back from. And he left. And it was just like, if you went over, I get Melo. Melo went over there and balled out of control. And he was, he's in line for a top 3 pick. Get out of there. Don't waste, you do what you had to do. But I didn't see RJ I didn't hear, and I paid attention to the NBL a little bit, and I didn't hear all the, I didn't hear him really go off. I heard he was decent. I heard he had a couple good games, but he never really asserted himself to the point where I'd put a lot of stock in him, like the caller said before. No, I think it was Rob the Knicks. It's too much work. We don't need another guy who's going to be 3 years from now. I want a guy who can come in and give us.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. Hey, stay right there on the line. All right, I'm gonna put you on hold, then I'm gonna come back to you just in case you make noise in the background, and I'm gonna cover Onyeka, and then we'll talk about him, and then I'm gonna get to Siobhan. Okay, so Siobhan, just be ready. Now, when we're talking about this guy here, you gotta ask yourself about the power forward spot, right? Because obviously, we have a guy at the power forward spot and a guy at the center spot already. The guy at the power forward spot, most people don't project him to be, the future of the Knicks. The guy that's at our center spot, most people do project him to be the future of the Knicks. If you're getting Onyeka, well, you're kind of duplicating that center spot right now, but at the power forward spot. Now, I know Andrew was saying, he's a guy that, we should consider taking, and I get it. I'm just afraid you put him with Mitch together, like, what are you really doing? And don't you already have a guy like that coming out of the G League? But anyway, I mean, and maybe he's not him. Obviously, this guy is probably at a different talent level. I don't know. But anyway, let's take a look at him. All right. Onyeka Okongwu. From USC. He's a freshman, 19 years old. All right. He's 6'8", 245 pounds. He's a small center. Some people might list him at forward. Some people might list him at center. When you get here at this point, it's kind of like, what does he play? What does he do? You know what he does? What he does is center stuff. He's a center to me. 6'8", but he's a center, in my opinion. He averaged 16.2 points per game, 8.6 rebounds per game, 1.1 assists, 1.2 steals, 2 turnovers, shot 61.6% from the field, 25% from the three-point line, and he shot 72% from the free throw line. Listen, he's strong, mobile, and bouncy. You like that? Very strong, mobile guy. He's bouncy. He's versatile on the offensive and defensive side of the floor. Meaning, he could play the power forward spot if you need him to. He could play the center spot too. Now, when I say power forward, I mean truly power forward, not a stretch power forward. Not a stretch four. I mean a true power forward, depending on what you have on the floor. So if you have a center that can shoot the ball on the floor, then he can be your power forward. Right? Then he can be your power forward. If you have a power forward that can shoot the ball, then he can be your center. So he's versatile in that way. He can guard both spots as well. All right, now, he can play a little bit off the ball, not meaning he's coming off screens and things like that, but waiting for, waiting for dump balls and things like that. I probably should have worded that a little bit different, right? Instead of playing off the ball, probably should have worded that different, meaning, he's good at, catching the dump balls. He can do some screening rolls and stuff like that. He's not taking the ball out on the perimeter. All right, he's not catching the ball out on the perimeter. So I don't mean that kind of play off the ball. That could have been worded better. He has interior skills, good interior footwork. He has some good play on the inside. He is an inside player. That's what he is. Areas of development or things that may hinder him. His size at center. Now, some people might look and say, well, look at the Houston Rockets. They're going straight up small ball. Maybe he fits with the Houston Rockets. And we didn't get a chance to see what the Houston Rockets are going to do in the playoffs. We're playing that straight up small ball style. So we don't know exactly where that would have went. But, his size at center, I think, might be a concern in the NBA. And yes, he is strictly a center. Straight up a center. All right, that's what he does. He plays the center spot. Can he develop to play a little bit more not on the perimeter, but, in the mid area a little bit? I don't know. We'll see. He's not really a comfortable ball handler. He's not comfortable having the ball out on the perimeter or anything like that. He's an inside guy. And then his offensive upside. How much offensive upside does he have? Or is he just going to be this pounded out dog type of guy that's going to do all the dirty work for you, the lunch pail dude? Is that what his career is destined to be? And is that what we need on this team? I mean, you want to have as many of those guys as you can get, right? You do. You want to have as many of those guys as you can get, those lunch pail guys. You want those guys, without a doubt. But where would he fit within this team? I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it. Caller, what's your take, man, on Onyeka Okongwu?
I think he's okay. I wouldn't take him with a top 10 pick.
Oh, no, definitely not top 10. Right now, we're looking at players outside of the top 10.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that part of the show.
Yeah. We're not looking at players in the top 10.
Okay, now it makes more sense.
Yeah, we're looking at players. If we're looking at, if we're looking at if somehow we were to trade down or trade up to get into the middle of the pack.
Yeah, then if we had a guard in mind that we thought would be there at 27, I'd take him. I mean, bouncy, 6'8". I mean, you're going to need a guy to back up Mitch. I mean, you're going to groom somebody to back up Mitch. Taj Gibson's not playing forever. I mean, you want to give Wooten a shot. You want to see him up here, but he's got a knee injury. He might not be ready for the start of the season. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they jerked us in the draft again and gave us an 11th pick for some silly reason. 11 through 15, yeah, I'd take him low lottery just because, if he can play the 4.
But where does he fit within the team?
I say small ball backup 3, not backup 3. I mean, backup 4. I mean, because we got to get rid of Bobby Portis. I mean, I don't want to see another year of Bobby Portis.
But is he the kind of backup 4 you need? We already talk about how Julius Randle can't spread the floor by shooting. If he's going to be your backup 4, I mean, he's not going to spread the floor by shooting it. You got it. You really need a 4-man that can spread the floor. That was the purpose of Bobby Portis, right? If you're talking about him being a backup center, which would be what it is, then you got a duplication of Mitch. Maybe he is a backup center that can be but wouldn't you want to try to find someone that can at least play a little bit from the perimeter? And what about Kenny Wooten?
No, I definitely I want to give Kenny Wooten a shot. I liked what I saw from him. I mean, I think I don't know. I just don't. If he was the only guy up there, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, and I get it. I know, man.
I like his game, though. I watched some clips while you had me on hold, and I was like, I like his game.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there are people saying he's not dropping outside the top 10. You don't know what it's going to look like, man. People drop all the time. You don't know what it's going to look like. And I see Mark, doing his screaming thing. I'm not even going to open, I'm not even going to show it because he's doing his screaming thing. Say, Wooten ain't changing nothing. It's not about whether or not Wooten was changing anything, bro. I'm asking a question about duplication of players. All right, pay attention. Listen to what I'm saying, man. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. And I know people want guys that you can just plug in, but we also got to work. We haven't thought a lot in the last few years about fit. We got to think about it. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know. So and listen, the whole thing with Kenny Wooten, I think a big thing with Kenny Wooten was that the Knicks were looking to, appease the fans because we were so bad. They were looking to appease the fans a little bit. So they pulled in Kenny Wooten, because he was hot at the time. And he was all over ESPN and all that kind of stuff. So if that's what you're looking at, saying, hey, we need a guy that can back up Mitch, then maybe he is that kind of a guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I just think that this is going to be one of those weird drafts. I'm starting to if they don't have any sort of, I don't mean a combine, but at least workouts, at least like,
right.
Where you get a bunch of these guys, like 10 guys in the gym on one day and then, like a couple, for the morning and afternoon, some sort of workout. We're going to see some crazy stuff, I think, because you're not going to get proper evaluations. I think you're going to see some Euros go real high. And I think you're going to see some quality guys in the middle to late first.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Hey, let me get over here and talk to Siobhan. All right, I'm coming to Siobhan right now, so let me get to Siobhan, and then I'm gonna see who else gives us a call. All right.
All right, thank you.
I appreciate it, bro. Siobhan, I'm coming to you next, man. I want to get your thoughts on this guy. Let me get you unmuted over here. Siobhan, what's going on, man? Hey, Siobhan, can you hear me?
What's good, Sam? How you feeling?
I'm good, bro. So tell me, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I can hear you, Sam. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. So what's your thoughts on this guy, Onyeka?
Onyeka, he's good. Hold on, let me mute Isaiah. He's good, but I think that, like you said, we have Kenny Wooten, we have Julius Randle. We just have.
Right.
We don't really need we don't need him. We don't need him, especially. All right, so where are we picking him at? Like, are we using our top 6 pick or whatever to get
I'm not looking
Onyeka?
at top 6. I'm looking, if he was, somehow, some way we were in the 10 to 12 range, right? Would you take him there?
Oh.
Or would you be looking for something a little bit better towards what
because even
we
then
need?
you still have yeah. Go baby. You still have you have like your Sadiq Bays and your Kara Lewis's. There's too many better options than Onyeka. And it's positions of need, and power forward isn't really a position of need that we don't need a power forward. We need like a guard or like a wing.
Right.
So I wouldn't use it on Onyeka.
I definitely agree with you. And I guess a lot's going to depend on, if let's say we still have the 6th pick and we somehow moved up to being in 10 or 12 range, then it would depend on, or, it could be higher than the 6th pick. But let's say we still had our top first round pick. Then you might be deciding, okay, let me think about what I'm going to do. It's going to depend on what you did with the top pick. If, 4, 5, 6, whatever it ended up being.
Yeah.
Right. Did we get a point guard? Did we end up taking Obi Toppin? Then, that other pick is gonna, decide. You're gonna decide then. So, I can't see it with the Knicks. I just feel like it's gonna be too much. I don't see where it fits. You already got Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson that can't shoot the ball. And now you're adding another one. I don't know. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see where that works.
Plus, it's too much clutter with Onyeka. With Onyeka, Mitch is too much clutter.
Yeah, bunch of clutter in there. What's your take on the other guys we talked about? We talked about RJ Hampton. We talked about Tyrese Maxey. What's your take on those guys?
Tyrese Maxey, I like him. He's kind of like the kid from the Bulls. What's his name? Kobe White. But he's not as fast as Kobe White, but his game is similar to Kobe White minus the speed. I like him. And RJ Hampton, I'm not too big on RJ Hampton. He doesn't do anything that pops out. Like he doesn't have anything he can like hang his hat on like he does at a high level at all.
Right. No elite
like
skill.
He's just I could just see him just being there's nothing eye-popping about him. His playmaking, his scoring, his defense, nothing blows you out the water. Like, I don't see him being a star. He's gonna probably be just a good professional.
Okay. Yeah. Now I see someone in the chat, Kyrie 420 said that Onyeka is better than Julius Randle right now. I don't know if he's better than him right now.
That's not cap.
In a couple of years, who knows?
He's not better than him right now, but
he's not better than him right now.
Yeah.
In a couple of years, would he be? I don't know. Because I don't know. We have to see how he develops. I don't know if he's going to be much more than a guy who sets screens.
Maybe I just don't like Randall, but.
But when you talk about Onyeka, I don't know if he's going to be much more in the NBA than a guy that sets screens and rebounds for you. I guess we got to see how he develops on the offensive side.
Much rather that than I'd much rather that than Julius Randle spinning in the double team.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear what you're saying, but I can
Julius
guarantee
Randle
you, if you were to take him in the top 10 or the top 12, and that's what he ended up being, just like with Frank, people would be a little bit upset at that. I don't know, what he's going to end up being. We have to see, what he ends up being and how he, he's only 19 years old, so he's got a while to go, once he gets into the NBA. You know what I mean? So it's no way that, like Randall's net game or not, I can't say that this guy is better than Randall right now. And later on, maybe. I don't know. It's all going to depend on where he develops. But like him or not, you just got to be like, come on, just be real with it. Some players you can say are better than Randall right now when they come into the league. Some players probably not. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't have the offensive moves or games inside, in my opinion, do that yet.
Most of it is just trolling.
I know that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. But we'll see what he ends up being in the NBA. He's going to be an undersized center. He might be the guy that Mike D'Antoni wants to take, and is a perfect fit for Mike D'Antoni and what they're trying to do over there. You never know. I don't know where Houston is in the draft.
He's going to be like a Tristan Thompson type of dude.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah.
Like Tristan Thompson was like 6'9", 6'10", right? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So we'll see what happens to him, man. I want to give a big shout out to a couple of guys. A big shout out to Ghost Rider, who became a member today, and Brooklyn Buddha, who became a member today. Thank you guys. I appreciate it, man. And just remember, you guys can. And Roger Mashard, hopefully I said your name correctly, also became a member. So big shout out to you guys. Let me see, make sure I didn't miss anybody else who became a member today. No, I think I got everybody who became a member today. I appreciate you guys. And listen, if you guys want to see what's going on in the chat back there and just join that conversation, you can become a member. If not, it's all good. Just giving you the option. But here is the link for those who are members. You can join the chat, hear what they're talking about back there. And I'm going to try to make sure I have this up every day for you guys. I don't know what they're talking about back there, but it looks like, Guillermo's up to the usual. Also, big shout out to, I just received a super chat. Big shout out to Hotep Rel. Thank you for the super chat. You said, we never should have traded KP. It destroyed us. Man, we got to get over that joint, bro. We are what? Nah, bro, we ain't never getting over that.
We got to get over that, Joan. I get it. I understand how you feel about KP, but we got to move past that now. We got a whole new regime up there and all of that. So, it is. Let me get to a phone call. Siobhan, I appreciate it, man. Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping, man?
Yeah, bro.
Hey, caller, you there? Hey, how you doing, brother? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. What's going on?
I'm chilling, man. What's your name, man? Where you from?
My name is Blitz. I'm from Brooklyn.
All right. What's going on, Blitz? You not the what's going on, Blitz? I was about to say, you're not the rapper that used to rap with Nas, are you?
Nah, I wish I was. I'd have been seeing you Super Shot Childs and Bad Bread and all that, you know. This are you live right now?
Yeah, we live, bro. We live.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, man.
So are you Sim?
Yeah, this is Sim.
Oh
this
yeah, what's good, Sim? This is
good,
Blitz
bro.
from Brooklyn, man. Nah. Okay. So everything is behind. I'm sorry. Nah, I'm not the rapper that used to rap with Nas, but you know, I've been a Knicks fan. Okay. Yeah, I've been a Knicks fan all my life, you know.
Uh-huh.
Die hard, and pardon me because I'm watching the show and I'm listening, so I have to turn it down because I'm in front of it.
Yeah, you're gonna be, if you're watching it on YouTube, you're gonna be about 20 seconds behind. So yeah, YouTube is like 20 seconds behind.
Okay. So anyway, I've been a Knicks fan all my life, man, and you know we sit here and I watch the torture that we've been through. You know, I watch the hope that we have. Every year we do this all the time. You know, it's the management, it's the, you know, and we talk about the draft picks and everything, you know, and in a way, I'm kind of happy in the direction we're going. We got a lot of things going. I just think we need somebody in place to really make that happen. We definitely need a coach. We definitely need some management. All these players we getting right now, or everything we talking about, you know, whether they, you know, the same type of player, whatever, we just need to build assets and develop these players and you know, make some moves later on, have some assets to trade and have some you know some flexibility, because we're not gonna really score. You know, we don't never get the number one pick, even though we die and wait for it. It never happened. We always one pick away from a Steph Curry or something. I don't know if we cursed or what, but you know, I just think we just need to build assets and hire some real coach and you know, and real management. Other than that, you know, I just think the pain is going to be lasting forever, man.
I mean, you know, it sometimes it definitely feels like it's gonna last forever. You know, listen, Leon Rose so far, you know, I think he's I'm okay with what he's done so far, and then he just hired this other guy who's supposed to be one of the top capologists in the league. We'll see where it goes from there. I mean, you know, I was having a conversation with Nick just the other night, last night maybe it was, that so far. I like his temperament and the way he's thinking about what it seems like, how it seems like he's thinking about addressing the Knicks situation. So,
right,
we'll see, man.
And I'm all for that too. You know, and you know, we as Knicks fans, we do this year in and year out, and we hope. It seems like, you know, we have like 6 first-round picks and the next 2-3 years for you, however it goes, and you know, we hiring people like Leon Rose. I think he's you know, I think that's a good look. We still don't have a coach, you know, but you know, I'm just wishing for the best, man. You know, shout out to the chat. I love what you do. I watch you every day. I watch all your brothers in the chat room. You know. You know, it's hilarious, you know.
Yeah.
Isaiah and Who's Mark and all you guys.
Yeah, sometimes you're definitely hilarious.
You know what I mean? But I love it, man. You know, and I'm definitely, you know, gonna be a stronger supporter of you. But I do watch you guys every day, man.
Hey, man,
and,
just watching is enough, bro. I appreciate it.
Coronavirus and everything that's going on, and you know, hopefully, you know, we can start turning this thing around, man.
Yeah,
packages some picks for the number one pick, but like I really don't see no superstar in this draft coming up, you know, and I don't see as, you know, I don't know if the basketball gods is against us or the powers that be, but like, you know, we just always a pick short. Like I even like R.J. Barrett. But I wanted Ja Morant. You know, Barrett he's okay. You know, he got potential to grow. He can't shoot and everything. He's not as athletic. Even when I was watching with Duke, I wasn't like, you know, really super impressed with him. But I like him and I like his attitude, and I like his work ethic. But it's like we always just a pick short or just a,
I feel you, man.
We always short, man.
Yeah, I feel you. One of these days it's gonna come around, though. One of these days.
Yeah, man. You know, but I'm getting old, Trev. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, bro. I feel you, man. I feel you.
This is 26, 27 years, you know, of pain, you know, since the layup. You know what I mean? I've been hurt.
I feel you.
But, you know, just big up to you guys, man.
I
and
appreciate it, Blitz,
you know,
man.
Keep doing what you're doing, brother.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, Blitz. Have a good one, bro. And let me get to another call here. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks, man. Give me your name, where you from, all of that.
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on, bro?
Yo, what up?
Yo, give me your name, man. Where you from?
Ant from the VX.
All right, what's poppin' with you, Ant?
Chillin'. Just want to talk about draft picks.
All right, go ahead.
All right, oh, hold on. I got the... I was watching Tyrese Maxey. I was watching him and the other Kentucky kid, but not Tyrese. Maxey, he looks a step slow for the Knicks.
Say that again?
Tyrese Maxey, I don't think we should get him. He's too slow.
Oh, you said he's too slow. Oh, well, I mean, you're right. He doesn't have that, you know, like super elite speed. You know, he does have good change of pace and those type of things. He doesn't have good elite speed. I don't think the Knicks are really going to look his way. We kind of covering guys. I don't think they're really going to look his way. I think they have just more pressing issues that they've got to address than him. They got it's combo guards all over the league, you know?
Yeah, we too stacked on guards like him, and he's not really doing that for the Knicks. We're probably just going to send him to the G League. We need Onyeka Okongwu. He's too small. He's too small. We just need somebody who can shoot for real.
Nah, I agree with you. Yeah, he's a small center, and you definitely need somebody who can shoot. You know, from that 4 or 5 spot, because we're missing it. And even the guy we got coming out of the G League can't shoot. Now, obviously, you can get some guys in free agency, you know. I just don't see where it fits right now.
Nah, Wooden can't shoot. That was like what you said earlier. It was a whole bunch of the hype.
Yeah.
Since he was hot on ESPN, so he can't shoot. We just need somebody who can shoot and stretch the floor. I really like to the 6th pick. I really like if we can't get LaMelo, we should go ahead and get Killian Hayes. He plays at extreme pace and tempo. He controls the court. Like any player who does that always excels.
Okay. All right. You know, we're really going to be able to break this down. You know, we did a big board, and then we're going to, you know, we're going to revamp that big board. And then once we find out where the Knicks are picking, then we're going to revamp it again. And here's the thing, you know, by now, I think, next month, sometime next month, they would have done the lottery, and we would have known where the Knicks are picking. So hopefully, you know, who knows how it's going to go, but sometime next month, we should know where the Knicks are picking, and then we can really start to cue in on some players that we want with that pick and what we want to do.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to switch everything up. So let me ask you, would you trade that 27th pick? Trade up if we get we're behind the top, we're after 5th.
I would definitely. I mean, even if we get that 6th pick or the 5th or the 4th, I would still look to trade that 27th. You know, the 27th to the 38th. I would look to trade up if there's someone that I like.
Yeah, because to be honest, what the Knicks really need it's in the front. Like whatever we get in the later rounds is not really going to be helpful to us next year.
Right.
What will really help us is those top 3, top 4 picks.
Right. And I feel
all right,
you, man.
Thanks, Sam. Nice speaking to you, man.
Appreciate the call, bro. And you know, one thing I really think the Knicks going to do, though, man, I think that the Knicks are going to really beat the bushes on trying to package some picks and make a move. I Just feel it. It may not happen, but I think they're going to. Big shout out to Julian Tron. I'm not sure how to say your name fully. He said, yo, Sim, longtime fan from Sydney, Australia. Appreciate it. You said, can you do an analysis on Isaiah Stewart from Washington as a late pick? The kid is a monster. We will. We're going to get to a bunch of guys. So I'm definitely going to keep that name down in my mental Rolodex. And another shout out to Justin Hernandez, who just became a 2000s member. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you for becoming a member. Hopefully you're enjoying whatever conversation they're having over there in the chat. All right, let me get to another phone call. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping with you, bro?
Hey, man, I've been a big fan of yours, son. Big
Appreciate
fan of
it,
yours.
man. What's your name, man? What's your name? Where you from?
Rafael, Washington Heights, New York City, Manhattan.
All right. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, I want to talk about the Knicks, man. I want to talk about the situation, the draft, and Leon Rose and possible trades.
Okay.
And possible pickups.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. What's up with it?
I like Franklin Ntilikina. Great guy. You know, I like that Phil Jackson drafted him and everything. I still see Leon Rose trading him, even though he said what he said. And I still see the Knicks. I see the Knicks going after a guard in the draft.
Right. What guard do you think that the Knicks are really queuing in on?
In the draft or?
In the draft, what guards do you think that they really got their eyes set on? Anybody in particular that you have your eyes set on?
All right. Here's who I have my eyes set on so far. R.J. Hampton. At first, I was like, I thought he was okay, but I'm slowly going into the idea of him and R.J. Barrett. I'm starting to look. I'm looking at that duo. I remember 5 months ago they talked about they liked the Alonzo Trier and R.J. Barrett, and I'm like, well, maybe that's not working out, but maybe what about R.J. Hampton and R.J. Barrett, or Killian Hayes and R.J. Barrett? So I'm like, that might be cool.
Okay, all right. Now,
so then that's why, and this is why I feel like Frank Ntilikina might be on the way out. And I'm like, and here's another thing that I started thinking about. I was like, if Frank Ntilikina, if they let him go, who are the Knicks going to bring in? And I started looking at the draft, a 2017 draft, and I'm like, you know what? What a coincidence that year Sacramento drafted two players, De'Aaron Fox and Harry Giles.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, why not Harry Giles to New York? And I was like, you know what? That's a good fit. I was like, you know what? That's a good fit. You have Mitchell Robinson, possibly Kenny Wooten, and now you have somebody who will be a good fit with the Knicks. A rotation of Mitchell Robinson, Harry Giles, and somebody that Scott Perry's still familiar with. Hopefully Scott Perry's still with the team, right? So
he's still with the team now. We'll see if he's still with the team then. Yeah, Scott Perry drafted him, right?
Yes, he did.
Scott Perry drafted him.
Still with the organization.
Yeah. Tell me what you think about these guys, man. Big shout out to Ishmael Rivas. He said, great show again. I appreciate it. He said, the Knicks' priority in the draft should be as follows. Number 7, Sadiq Bey. Number 27, Trey Jones or Kira Lewis. And number 38, shooting guard Cassius Stanley. And he said, stay blessed. You stay blessed as well, bro.
I forgot to lay that part. I see the Knicks. I'm sure you heard about Leon Rose talking trades, right? He made a big statement about, hey, I think we're in position for making a trade. So, you know, that's why Frank is in the mix in that conversation. That's why Dennis Smith Jr. is in that conversation. There is going to be a big trade. For me, in my point of view, there's going to be a big trade, and that's what Leon Rose is here for.
I feel like the Knicks are going to I feel like they might do something. I feel like they might too.
It's going to be a good trade. I think it's going to be a good trade from Leon Rose. Leon Rose, I think this is a statement from Leon Rose. He's going to make a good trade, and this is why I'm starting to feel I'm starting to have a good feeling with Leon Rose. I'm like, okay, this guy is putting in the work. And personally, yo, I'm starting to like that guy Brock Aller. It's not just because like I know about so much about Cleveland, but Cleveland, you know, that team, that organization, like, yo, I'm starting to look at Colin Sexton last year and how they're systematically, how they're so far ahead. You know, so I'm starting to like that Brock Aller. So I'm like,
Brock
you know
Aller,
what, man?
Brock Aller.
The Knicks are gonna be strong with working that salary cap. You know, Mitchell Robinson and Rock Nation. He's with this guy's LeBron's team.
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, he's with them. So, you know, I was like, okay, he's gonna be able to work that out. But I'm excited to see about that idea of this one trade, and personally, I'm starting to wonder, like, if I even care who the Knicks draft. This is the first draft.
Well,
I'm not even like, oh my God,
you know,
we need this guy. The Knicks need to draft. You know, the last 3 drafts, I was really big on the draft. This one, I'm like, you know what?
I think there's some guys. I think there's some guys up there. It's gonna depend on where we get. But hey, Raphael, I appreciate the call, man. I know I got some other people calling in.
Thank you for your time, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Appreciate
you for calling in, bro. I mean, I think, you know, the draft is definitely gonna be important, but you know, I don't know. I think the Knicks will. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, man. I don't know what the Knicks are going to do. There's so much that they have to do, so much that they can do. I don't know what they're going to do. It's just hard to say. There's so much that can happen. You know, I want to give a big shout out to everybody who gave me a super chat tonight, man. All of my new members. Thank you for becoming a member. All right, and I promise we're going to make it worth it for you to be a member. Okay, and you know, if you want to become a member, there's a join button right below your video. You can hit the join button and you can join into the locker room. There's no graphics over here right now, but there'll be some graphics up here that's, you know, the locker room, and it's gonna look pretty for you guys shortly. It's just not there right now. You know what I'm saying? But it will be shortly. And, you know, once I get off, those guys are probably sitting there and talk for a while. I'll probably leave it up so you guys can, you know, stay in there and hear them guys and their conversations. You know, what they're talking about. You know, because I'm about to head up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's 12:17. I got some meetings I got to jump to in the morning, so I'm going to jump to some of those meetings. I will give a second for a couple of last-second calls. If you want to get your call in, 516-405-2246. If not, then tomorrow night, well, what's tonight? Today's Wednesday. Thursday, tomorrow night, I'll be on Sportscaster doing a call-in show, just a straight-up call-in show on Sportscaster. So you can join me tomorrow night on Sportscaster doing a call-in show. You know, and I do want to, you know, listen, guys, you know, all of you guys haven't been there yet, and I want to make sure that you get there. Right? Join me on the front stoop. I know all of you guys haven't been there yet, and the stoop is growing. You know, and I want you guys to be part of the front stoop. You know, because we had some good conversations before I got over here. You know, if you're a hip-hop fan, you'll definitely enjoy it. It's the Front Stoop Hip-Hop Society and Life. I'm about to put the link in the YouTube chat so you can subscribe to the channel over there. You can go there and subscribe and join in on the conversations. It's a growing channel. We got a lot of good stuff going on. Listen to independent music, stuff like that. So make sure that you join me there. All right. I'll be back on that channel on Friday. We're going to break down my man Sky Zoo. And Sky Zoo, he's been on this channel before talking to us about the Knicks. He is a Knicks fan. My man Sky Zoo has a new album out. You know what I'm saying? He has a new album out. So we're going to break down his new album called The Blue Note. That's going to be pretty dope. Ishmael asks, what time am I going to be on Sportscaster tomorrow? I'm going to be on Sportscaster tomorrow at 8 p.m. I'll be on at 8 p.m. I'll probably do a short video so people get a notification to let me know that I'm on Sportscaster. All right, and it's just going to be a straight-up call-in show. We're going to talk about anything Knicks. If you want to go back and talk about old Knicks stuff, if you want to talk about new Knicks stuff, whatever it is, we're just going to talk Knicks for about an hour. All right, have some good conversations about the Knicks, and that'll be it. Be exclusively on Sportscaster. So make sure that you join me there. Make sure you join me there. You know what I mean? Are we talking NFL? We could talk some NFL tomorrow on Sportscaster. That's without a doubt. We can definitely talk some NFL tomorrow. I know my man, the Entertainer. You guys remember the Entertainer. You know he's going to be live talking about the draft and everything. I just put in the chat one more time the link to the front stoop. So make sure you join me on the front stoop. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. I'm not even going to bother trying to get these guys' attention because they're having conversations in there. You know what I mean? So if you want to go over there and join their conversation, well, you got to be a member to do that. But if you want to get in on their conversation and hear what they're talking about, then, you got to be a member to do that. If not, it's all good, man. I will see you guys shortly. And you don't have to be a member to join the chat. Right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in there. There's room for 4 more people in that chat. Whereby.com/NBK. You don't need to be a member to join that chat. You can join the chat and have some conversations with those guys. We love to have new people in the chat. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Please be peaceful. Take care of yourself. All right? Do everything that you got to do to make sure that you and your family are safe and all that good stuff, man. I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your week. I will see you tomorrow night on Sportscaster. You go into the link in the description. There's a link to Sportscaster in the description of this video. And I'll see you on Friday. All right? On Friday night, we're taking a look back at the New York Knicks versus the Indiana Pacers. Game 3 of the 1999 playoffs was when LJ knocked down the 4-point play. I know you're going to like that, ladies and gentlemen. Please, like I said, be safe, be peaceful. And, I'm going to talk to you guys real soon. All right? Peace.